In 2011, Elon Musk laughed off BYD as an electric vehicle joke. 15 years later, Tesla is trailing, as Warren Buffett's overlooked bet just sold 620,000 more electric vehicles than its American rival without ever setting foot in the United States market. How did the world's cheapest electric vehicle upend an icon? And what happens when the king of electric cars is locked out of the United States? The answers reveal a global power shift no one saw coming. BYD closed out 2025 with 2.26 million all-electric vehicles delivered, an increase of nearly 28% over the previous year. Tesla, for the first time, saw its global deliveries fall to 1.64 million, down 9%, and the gap between the two giants stretched to 620,000 vehicles. This was not a narrow win or a statistical fluke. BYD's surge was powered by relentless growth across dozens of models, while Tesla's numbers slipped for the second year in a row. The annual filings from both companies made the reversal impossible to ignore. BYD, once dismissed as a regional upstart, had overtaken the world's most famous electric vehicle brand by a margin that left little room for debate. The numbers laid bare a new reality. BYD's total vehicle sales, including hybrids, hit 4.55 million units. Its overseas sales passed the 1 million mark for the first time, up 200% from the year before. Meanwhile, Tesla's decline was not isolated to one market or a single quarter. The full-year results confirmed a decisive shift. BYD's global market share in electric vehicles reached 12.1%. Tesla's share dropped to 8.8%. The scoreboard had flipped, and the magnitude of the change was now measured in hundreds of thousands of cars, not just headlines. Tesla's fourth quarter numbers delivered a jolt to the market. From October through December 2025, Tesla shipped just 418,227 vehicles, a steep 16% drop compared to the same period the year before. For a company that once set the pace for global electric vehicle adoption, the sudden slide was a warning sign. BYD, meanwhile, kept accelerating. Overseas sales soared past 1 million units for the first time, a 200% jump that underscored how quickly the company was expanding beyond China. With a global market share of 12.1%, BYD now stands clearly ahead of Tesla at 8.8%. The momentum is not just about raw sales, it is about reach. The growth of BYD outside its home market is reshaping the global landscape, while Tesla's shrinking numbers hint at deeper challenges. As quarterly filings rolled in, analysts took note. The story is not just who leads in total vehicles, but how quickly the balance is shifting. The gap is no longer a matter of annual tallies. It is visible in every quarter, every export milestone, and every country where the BYD badge is becoming familiar. The next question is no longer who sells more, but what happens when the world's most affordable electric car is kept out of the American market. A BYD Seagull rolls off the assembly line in China at a sticker price of just $7,800. On paper, it is the kind of electric vehicle that could transform the American market. Compact, fully electric, and affordable enough to put ownership within reach for millions. But the moment the Seagull crosses into the United States, the math changes dramatically. The first barrier is the standard 2.5% import duty for passenger vehicles. Then comes the real wall, a 100% tariff imposed under Section 301 targeting Chinese electric cars. What started as $7,800 instantly doubles to over $15,700 before even factoring in shipping, compliance, and dealer markups. The calculation does not end there. Additional fees, regulatory costs, and the complexity of navigating U.S. customs push the effective landed cost even higher. By the time all charges are tallied, the same BYD Seagull that sells for less than $8,000 in China would cost more than $22,000 to land on U.S. soil, triple its original price, and right in line with or above the cheapest American electric vehicles. For most U.S. buyers, the promise of an affordable electric car vanishes at the border. Tariffs, once a tool for leveling the playing field, now serve as a locked gate, keeping low-cost options out of reach. The economic gap between what is possible abroad and what is available at home grows wider with every shipment that never arrives. Official statements from the United States Department of Commerce and the Bureau of Industry and Security make clear that the barrier keeping BYD's Seagull and other Chinese electric cars out of American driveways is not just about price. National security is now front and center. In January 2025, the Commerce Department finalized a rule that blocks imports of any passenger vehicle with connected systems or software tied to China, citing risks that go beyond trade. The concern is that modern electric vehicles, loaded with sensors and constantly connected to the internet, could become rolling data collectors, transmitting location, driving habits, and even conversations back to foreign companies or governments. For policymakers, the risk of mass data access and remote control capabilities outweighs the appeal of affordable electric cars. Trade policy experts point to the sheer scale of the BYD Seagull's success abroad, over 1 million sold in less than 2 years, as a reason for heightened caution. In congressional hearings, officials warned that letting millions of low-cost, connected vehicles onto United States roads could create a national vulnerability. The ban is sweeping. Even if a Chinese car could clear the tariff wall, the new rules ban any vehicle from model year 2027 or newer that has connectivity hardware or software made in China from being sold in the United States. For American consumers, this means a growing lineup of affordable, high-tech electric vehicles will remain off-limits, not because of price, but because of the invisible risks embedded in their code. The result is a market gap that leaves the world's cheapest electric car locked out, while the debate over security and innovation continues to shape what is possible for the future of transportation. March 2025 brought a turning point in electric vehicle engineering. BYD unveiled its Super E platform, claiming 1,000 kilowatt flash charging, enough to add 400 kilometers of range in just 5 minutes. That is twice the peak power of Tesla's latest superchargers, and far beyond the charging speeds available to most drivers anywhere in the world. Already, 500 of these megawatt-class stations are operational across China, with a plan to reach 4,000 by the end of the year. The company's approach is not just about speed, it is about data. In February 2025, BYD rolled out its God's Eye driver assist system across the entire lineup. By November 2025, 2.3 million vehicles were feeding back a combined 150 million kilometers of real-world driving data every single day. Advanced driver assistance analysts point to this data moat as a key advantage, fueling machine learning, refining algorithms, and accelerating the path to full autonomy. The scale and pace of BYD's technology deployment are now setting benchmarks that most global automakers cannot match. In December 2025, freight trains arrived in Szeged, Hungary, carrying the first wave of production equipment for BYD's new €4 billion factory. Trial production is set to begin in the first quarter of 2026, with a second plant launching in Manisa, Turkey just 2 months later. Together, these facilities will have the capacity to assemble 500,000 vehicles each year, enough to sidestep Europe's 27% tariff on Chinese electric cars and flood the continent with locally built models. BYD's approach is relentless: bypass trade barriers, scale manufacturing, and move faster than regulators can respond. Inside the company's headquarters in Shenzhen, the scale of operations is staggering. Over 110,000 engineers work across battery chemistry, semiconductors, and software, all under one roof. This vertical integration pushed BYD's 2024 revenue to $107 billion, outpacing Tesla. But the competitive pressure is not coming from BYD alone. Xiaomi, led by Lei Jun, has turned its first sedan, the SU7, into a phenomenon, selling 410,000 vehicles in 2025 and topping 50,000 deliveries in December alone. The YU7 SUV drew 240,000 non-refundable orders in less than a day. In this new era, the fight for global electric dominance is no longer a two-player game. It is a swarm, and the pace is only accelerating. Right now, American drivers are locked out of the world's most affordable electric vehicles, while global markets shift without them. Trade walls may protect some jobs today, but they also risk ceding the future of mobility. The race for electric dominance is not waiting, and neither is BYD. What do you think?